everyone, welcome back to Alex on Irons, and today we're going to be discussing West Ham's newest signing, Kyle Walker-Peters, in a signing that genuinely I thought wasn't going to happen because it was reported that Graham Potter wasn't interested. He didn't want Kyle Walker-Peters, but now things seem to have switched, and we're going to discuss it because it seems that there is somewhat of a saga here. It doesn't seem as simple as one may think. Obviously, Besiktas recently put a statement out on their website saying that Kyle Walker-Peters was going to be there. Then put another statement saying he's decided to change his mind and we're cancelling the entire transfer. He's delayed it too long. We don't want to be interested in Kyle Walker-Peters anymore. We're going to go to other targets that actually want to come to Besiktas. So what has happened? Because this is lunacy in terms of how could a free transfer be this crazy? I'm a big fan of the transfer, straight up, I'll say that now. But first of all, if you are new to Alex Lyons, could you please subscribe? It really does help the channel out. You guys have been fantastic so far with showing the likes and the comments. I've been getting some really good discussions with you guys on here and on TikTok. So yeah, go check out the TikTok as well. But enough plugging. It's time to talk about the transfer. First up, I really like the transfer of Kyle Walker-Peters. I was looking in the Knife Aguerd video that I said, square peg in round hole. Getting rid of a gird doesn't fix an issue, it just creates another one. Well, this is a square peg in a square hole. I don't know, is that a saying? It fits, it works. We lost Vladimir Sufal on a free. We didn't renew his contract. We're now getting a right wing back on a free. And to be fair, if there was one position of the players that we released that we didn't really have to fix, it was the right wing back because we do have Aaron Wan-Bissaka there. However, the African Cup of Nations is a thing, and we now have two wing backs that will be playing in the African Cup of Nations. And luckily, we were about to sign a player, hopefully, that can play on both sides. The one thing that Kyle Walker-Peters does have is versatility. Yes, he'll be a very good utility player. I certainly wouldn't want him as the first choice. But he is somebody that can provide competition. He can work in a lot of systems. He's not a player that will struggle in a Potter system, whether it be a wing-back, left-back role. He could even play left wing. I was looking. He played a bit of left wing in the past. What's that about? This guy can play anywhere. I think it's a great signing. Again, I don't think the wages will be too high. Obviously, they'll be a little bit larger just due to the fact it's a free transfer. That's how free transfers work. But it'll certainly be on more than Vladimir Sufal because you guys will probably know this, but he was on a ridiculously low wages compared to the rest of the squad. I think Kyle Walker-Peters is a great player. I'm not too bothered by the drama of him and Besiktas because we don't know the player. We don't know why he decided not to go there. Also, he hadn't signed anything yet. It's not like he's backed out of a deal that was already committed to. Besiktas announced it before there was pen to paper, I believe. So they jumped the gun a little bit. They got quite confident in him signing. And to be fair, I think that shows maybe his personality when he went for, in the initial talks and things like that. Maybe they thought, yeah, this guy's a really positive influence. We know we're going to get him. There you go. I don't know why he hasn't opted to move to Turkey, to Istanbul. He said to go to East London. But we don't know his situation. We don't know his family situation. Maybe he would prefer to stay in England and was kind of just waiting for an English team to come in. And then maybe when we did, he was like, yeah, I'm going to rather stick in England. Fair play to him because it is a big thing to move. I don't think it's a non-commitment thing. I think it was genuinely Besiktas was probably one of the only teams he wanted to go to outside of England. And when an English team came in that he felt suited, he was like, yeah, I'll go there. Because this is a transfer that's been going on for over a year. Last season, we were in for three right backs, that being Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Mazraoui and Kyle Walker-Peters. Luckily, I think we got the best one because Mazraoui ended up going to Manchester United. So we ended up getting Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I think that was a lucky thing because actually, if you think about it, Mazraoui hasn't had the best start over there, whereas Aaron Wan-Bissaka was our player of the year, in my opinion. And I do remember Southampton putting the price up on Walker-Peters. It was something like 20 million. And we went, nope, we've got him in a year on a free. So we'll just wait, we'll get another right back in now, we'll get him on a free, we've got Vladimir Sufal going. This transfer to me just helps us financially because we are in a bit of a financial pinch. We do need to make sure that we use our money well and wisely, and this to me just seems like the right fit at the right time. 3-year deal being reported. I think that's perfect. We're 31 then. We can either decide to do an extension or renewal, and either that will get him sold. But I think it is a great opportunity to keep looking in the market for positions we desperately need to. And also not, I wouldn't say wasting money, but we're not looking for a right back to start ahead of Wan-Bissaka. So why go into the market when there's somebody there who's perfect for both sides on a free? He seems like the right kind of guy for West Ham at the right time. And I think he will be a decent squad player. That doesn't mean I don't think he'll ever start. I think he will start in the Premier League. Again, not just because of the African Cup of Nations, but he is a good enough player to provide competition. You know, it's not one of those things when we start him, it's going to be such a drop-off in quality that we're going to be like, oh, no. I think he'll be really solid for us. Obviously, the main thing is the rumours that Graham Potter didn't want him, and now we've got him. So does that imply that Sullivan's come in and said, you're having him? It's up to you to make it work. And if that is the case, cool. I can't lie. As long as he's not overhauling big transfers, the reality is David Sullivan will have some input. There is not going to be a reality in which David Sullivan just lets Graham Potter do whatever he wants. I wish that was the case, but it isn't. We know it isn't. And so with a transfer like this, I also think it is smart business. We don't know why Graham Potter doesn't like Walker Peters or didn't like him. We don't know now if his position's changed. We do know that Graham Potter can change his mind on players. We've seen it. Specifically, Guido Rodriguez started to get a few minutes every now and then towards the end of last season. Graham Potter isn't somebody stuck in his own way. He can change his mind on a player. He can try and incorporate players into a system. So I do think even if he wasn't the biggest fan of Walker Peters, he will still look at him in pre-season. He will still give him time to shine and time to prove himself to fit into Graham Potter's system and try and have impact at West Ham. Again, it being on a free, I think, is the easiest signing to do. And you've also got to look at who we're trying to sign at the minute. Jack Grealish, heavy wages. Yes, it's a loan deal being reported, but the wages are heavy. And apparently, Man City are going to have to budge a little bit. And I could see that happening. Obviously, we made it work with Soler last year. I think Soler was on ridiculous wages. Don't quote me on this. This is just me spitballing. But I think I remember it being in the region of 325,000 a week. So I think Grealish on 300. I don't know that for sure. Obviously Harvey Elliott as well, and the rumour fee is 40 million. And if we spend 40 million on Harvey Elliott, that's our budget gone for now. When you start putting those pieces together, you start seeing why we're signing Kyle Walker-Peters on a free, because we can't really afford to put money into the right wing back position. The right wing and the right back are the two positions that I think just do not need fixing. And yeah, so bring back up on a free Kyle Walker-Peters. Again, I think he'll suit him well with the squad. There is a little bit of fear, obviously, the whole Graham Potter not wanting him thing. But again, I have faith in Graham that he won't be stuck in his ways and that he will try and incorporate Kyle Walker-Peters at least a little bit into a system. But yeah, guys, that is everything on the new player, Kyle Walker-Peters. I will keep you guys updated on the TikTok over the weekend, because I think his medical's happening today, so he probably won't be announced until tomorrow by the earliest, Monday probability. But if any news does break, I will be updating you on the TikTok, because I will be not uploading Saturday and Sunday this weekend because I'm away. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for the support on the channel this week. It's been crazy. And if you could like, comment and subscribe, that'd be fantastic. But also, in the comments, let me know. Kyle Walker-Peters, are you for it? Are you against it? And if so, who would you have signed? And, maybe give me some options and kind of their valuations. And we can have a little discussion down there and see whether this was actually the right deal for West Ham. But until next time, guys, have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.